Okay, welcome to episode 203 of the Mommy Gamers podcast. I'm Marsha, aka Jax, and I am happy to introduce two new voices to the podcast. I'm going to introduce the Divine Omega first because she has been making sure our website doesn't break for how long now?
I don't know, like 2 years.
Like 2 years. So, and I've also got with us SmallTownDreamz, who has been writing for the Mommy Gamers website recently. Small, say hi.
Hi.
So unless you guys want to be referred to as something different, I'm going to refer to you guys as Smalls and Divine.
Yeah, because that's our names.
That's my name.
I don't know. Some people call
Don't
me
wear it
Marsha.
out.
Some people call me Jax. But our new thing is that maybe once a month we're going to have the three of us record in addition to like the podcast I do with Carrie so that we can talk about like what we've been writing and what we've been doing on the website and like YouTube stuff. And it's going to be exciting. But I realized that maybe some people tuning in don't know any of us because it's been a year since the podcast has been out and that most of you guys don't know Divine and Smalls at all. So we're going to do introductions. We're not going to start with me because I'm the most boring. But we're going to start with Divine with a little intro. Like, what is your street cred as a mom? Like, kid stats if you want. Like, what kind of stuff do you like playing? And yeah, go.
Go. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Divine, the Divine Omega. I have 2 kids. I have one that's about to be 7 and one that just turned 4 a few months ago. So I'm in that wonderful gap of like having time but not having time to play video games. Because they're both in school now, so yay! I have like days free where I can actually play video games again after like 5 years of not being able to play any. But yeah, I play mostly PC games, and most of them are like survival. I guess I don't really like adventure games, but what would you call those? Like, we like to do raft and
That's survival.
things like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I guess they're survival simulation games, like the Long Dark, Green Hill, things like that. The Forest.
It used to be like a lot of LOL, right?
Mm-hmm. I still play a lot of Apex too, so FPS.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
And for those that don't know, because nobody knows, I keep saying that, Divine is located in Japan right now, which is actually cool.
Yeah.
So we're recording in the evening, but it's her morning.
Yep.
Because goals.
Yeah.
Small strength. And she makes the website work, which is really important because I don't know anything about it, which I should.
That's okay.
But I don't. And then we've got SmallTownDreamz. Smalls, you want to tell us your street cred with your kids and what kind of games you like to play?
Yep. Most people call me Smalls. I am from SmallTownDreamz. I have 2 boys. I have a 14-year-old and a 7-year-old, and they're both gamers. So there's just always video games going on in our house all the time.
As there should be.
Right? It's like the best kind of life.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been playing video games since I was like 4. My grandmother taught me how to speedrun Mario. And nice. It was one of my favorite things. And so it was something like I kind of wanted to instill in the kids is an appreciation for video games. But, you know, they also have to enjoy real life outdoors.
No, they don't.
And
no, they don't. No.
This is why we live in the country. But I am from a very small town. So the boys, they don't have a lot of amenities, I guess would be a good word for it. You know, we don't have all the cool things for kids to do out here. So, and
wait a minute.
All in all,
you have like cow tipping and like snow that you can make into ice cream.
I mean, we do have 9 months of winter here, so. But yeah, I play mostly survival farming games, like simulator games. It's just kind of my favorite thing, and Fortnite.
The game you have the most hours in, Smalls.
Absolutely, Atlas.
Please say the hours so that everyone can hear.
Almost 4,000 hours.
Yeah. So, Divine, do you know what hours you have the most in any game?
Probably League, but
Yeah.
because that's the longest thing that I played for the longest period of time was League. So
Also, get your face back in your mic.
I know, sorry. God,
You see your little voice thing on the thing?
That's
Look how tiny yours is. It's like, hello, I'm here.
Hello, I am here. Oh my, hi.
Also talking. Okay, so mine hands down the most right now is Fortnite, which is ridiculous because I didn't play shooters a while ago, but I play it with my son. So street cred for anybody who might be tuning in just to hear these other two girls. I almost called you guys hoes. Just out of habit. I have 3 kids. My youngest is 11, and then my older kids are, my son just turned 20, and my oldest is 22. So I'm the older of the 3 of us.
Not by much.
Just by the kid standard, I guess.
Yeah.
But we all still play games. Like we just got together for the holidays and did a ton of gaming, silly stuff like, of course, Fortnite, but just it's good time. So between the 3 of us, we have many children spreading over many ages and like a wealth of information about games. Our goal is to podcast for you guys once a month for the mommy gamers, and we're also going to try and start up. By now, hopefully, we've done it. I'm here from the future to say we did it. Our YouTube channel, where hopefully we'll do some live streams for you guys and maybe make some video content come out. But I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver because I do that a lot.
No, we should have started live streaming there by now, by the time this comes out.
So the Mommy Gamers on YouTube, and we'll make that a thing and you guys can hang out. So yeah, and we'll get into the groove on podcasting. I don't think Smalls and Divine have podcasted before. It's your first time, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but I think it sounds amazing already, just based on
we're fabulous.
What I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, we will warm up. We have a nice banter. So another thing I wanted to talk about tonight, we're going to try and keep these to 30 minutes if we can, because like I feel like long podcasts are so long. But maybe like our top games that we played in 2021, because that's the trendy thing to talk about at the beginning of the year. I feel like I played less games than I did in previous years. What do you guys think for you?
I had played way less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely played way less.
Not necessarily in time.
The first part of the year, I didn't even have my computer yet. So,
okay, well, Divine was moving to Japan with 2 small children. So that's from Florida. So that's a huge move.
Yeah, I didn't have my PC back until like May. So that's almost half the year that I didn't have anything to play on.
True. I also moved from Virginia back to Florida. But like I didn't play as many, like I feel like I usually play more of a variety of games, but maybe I just spent the half the year stressed. And it is worth noting that we're all moms who are still juggling a pandemic like so many people are, and it's been kind of a shit show. Smalls, how do you feel like your variety was for 2021? More or less same?
I mean, in terms of the type of games, I would say the type of games was the same, but I would definitely say they were different from the year prior.
Because like I looked back at my Steam library for the previous year, because you can see what you played by month and whatever. And I was like, I played a ton of games in like 2020. But last year it was like significantly fewer titles, if that makes sense.
I also feel like we had significantly lesser titles come out this last year because of the pandemic.
Yeah, it's true. Everything was delayed.
Yeah.
That's a good point. However, enjoy my great segue here. Out of all the games you played in 2021, what would you guys say were your favorites? Like, and whoever wants to go first can go first. I don't really care. But like, what was your favorite few or one, or which one stood out the most? Raise your hand if you go first.
I would definitely say Valheim was my main game for the year. I put almost 700 hours into it this year.
God.
It was absolutely a very well done game in terms of survival, and the building aspects in terms of games was probably one of my favorites. My secret closet game of the year that I played with nobody probably knowing, was probably 2K21, the golf game.
What? Really?
Yeah. I have a little over 400 and some hours into that as well.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's keep in mind that like Smalls and I talk all day, every day. Like she knows when I'm awake on Facebook and she's like, "Good morning." I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you, Divine?
No.
That's funny. Out of all
A lot of
this is a survival game person, and she's like, "I like to play golf."
It's one of those games that I don't really talk about, but like if I'm just sitting by myself and it's quiet, I play the heck out of golf.
Is it PC? Is it on like a tablet? Is it?
No lies, I have it on my Switch and my PC.
I like picture you being the mom hiding in the closet with her cookies, but like it's with a golf game. I think I respect you less now.
Oh.
I've been playing the PGA golf game since like 95.
Oh my god.
That's so weird. I don't even think I think we have to end the podcast right now. I don't even know.
Thanks for
Okay.
airing out your dirty little secret.
Wow. It's so dirty. Okay. I want to go back to Valheim for a second though. Because I feel like all three of us played it. And it was one of those games that kind of came out of nowhere and was crazy hype. Everybody and their mother was talking about it. Everybody was playing it. And like now nobody is playing it, including us.
Yeah.
But we were like all hyped. I built stuff that I've never built before in my whole life in games, like massive. Like we just played the shit. Like Smalls and I were like, "Do you want to do anything today?" And I was like, "No, let's play Valheim all day."
We did too.
And I neglected my entire world for like while my daughter was at school for like weeks with her. And then all of a sudden it just stopped. And I know Divine hopped in because we had a server.
Yeah.
And like you were all about it.
I feel like it's one of those games, like it comes out with new content and everyone gets all excited about it again. And then, you do the new content and then you're like, okay, yeah, I'm done with you again. Like you go back to it and then you're like, okay, I'm bored. You move on to something else.
For me with it, building just wasn't enough. Like Ark had how many DLCs this year come out? And that's another one that I go back to quite often, because on top of the building, I also can breed the animals, and there's all the color things, that I enjoy out of that, where I don't feel like Valheim had enough to offer outside of building and the few bosses that there were.
Yeah, because it's majorly building and exploration. But then the exploration got rather redundant. But I liked it. I liked the heck out of it.
It was an absolutely beautiful game.
So that would also be, that's one of my 3 top games for 2021. I think also Fortnite. And we can talk about it later if you guys want to or not, because I feel like I talk about it a lot. But with the introduction of Chapter 3, Season 3, Chapter 3, for Fortnite, for me, that's probably still my top game of the year. They flipped the map. And as somebody who's been playing Fortnite since the minute it came out, it's so nice to see a new map, to see a new engine in the game, all the stuff they added in, down to the tiniest little things, like being able to crawl faster when you're done or being able to res people faster. And aside from the garbage guns that they've introduced that I hate them for with every fiber of my being, I like what's new, and I can't wait to see what's coming. And I'll talk about Fortnite more in the future, but I can talk about it all day. So, Divine, what's one of your top 2021 games you had the most fun with?
I really like that stupid unpacking game. Not gonna lie, like.
Feel free to expand on that because it was very trendy this year.
I think it wasn't just that, like, because the game is like it's one of those things that you just like zen out and like you do all the stuff, and it's not complicated at all. But like I think the funnest part was streaming it and just like making stuff up while you were doing it, like, because there's no story or anything, it's just stuff. So you have to make up your own thing. Like because especially if you're streaming it, because what are you going to talk about? There's no like dialogue in the game or anything, so you're just unpacking all this person's stuff and making up a story to go with it. So
yeah, you're like taking stuff out of boxes and putting it on the
Mhm.
shelf.
Yep.
I do like how much you got into unpacking her panties over each move. 'Cause I did
Yeah.
watch your stream on Twitch.
A lot of underwear. Why do you have 20 pairs of underwear? Good God. And why are they all like neatly folded? Who does that?
I was gonna say, who even folds their underwear like that?
I do sometimes, but then not always. So the title of that game though is called what?
Just unpacking.
Yeah. And a lot of people talked about it just being chill. It's one of those weird
Mhm.
games because there's always one every year, right? Like the duck game, or
Yeah.
I can't think of what else is weird and trendy that just came out of nowhere. And people were like, I really like unpacking this box, even though we all hate moving.
Exactly. Well, I don't hate moving.
Don't you?
No. I've done it.
You're gross.
Mm.
Between Small's golf game and your like of unpacking, I don't know that I want to know you guys.
Of course you do. You just want to know me the next time you decide to move somewhere. You'd be like, come over and pack all my stuff. And take it to your
unpack
house and unpack
my stuff.
Yeah.
Smalls, do you have another game for 2021 you loved?
Yes.
Or is that it? Oh.
Grow, the song of the Evertree.
No, you're just saying that because you wrote about it for the mom gamers.
No. I actually
She's trying
really
to get
do.
more hits on her content.
I really do like this game. And in terms of games, that like I would let Jackson play, there is literally no violence in that game.
Mhm.
Not one. There's not one creature to hurt. There's no, trapping a unicorn, and making the unicorn follow you into a death trap.
Okay, listen, we're going to talk about my number 2 game later. Or 3. Epic Chef,
I'm just
by the
saying.
way.
So, but it was a beautifully done simulator game that reminds me a lot of like Stardew Valley, My Time at Portia. It's all those games that we have always loved. And it was just, the artwork was just beautifully done. So that I really did enjoy that one.
I would like to see some gameplay of that from you, if that's a thing you could do. Because I want to see it.
I was actually planning on doing the gameplay for that.
Yay.
For my content for the Mommy Gamers on YouTube.
I think like video game reviews, and you guys that are listening to the podcast can let us know. I think video game reviews with video would be fun for you guys with our voices, because they're also amazing, right?
Yeah.
Let us know however you can reach out to us. Speaking of unicorn murder, though, I feel unrightly called out for Epic Chef. Epic Chef is one of my top games of the year, only because I just had a blast with it. And it's one of those like sleeper titles that not a lot of people know about. Team 17 put the game out. They put out like Portal Knights and a lot of other games that I really, really love. So Epic Chef is, and I had pulled up a thing about it so I could like talk about it properly, but like you're a chef that's supposed to cook his way through like, I don't know, like it's so dumb. The cooking in the game isn't really cooking. So people were thinking it was going to be like a Cooking Mama, but it's more stats based. The thing about the game is the story, and it is more of a story-driven adventure game than anything. Imagine like Monty Python jokes intermingled with cooking, with really weird graphics, with, yes, there's unicorn murder, but in order to eat meat, which I feel like some of us do, animals must die. But Epic Chef presents it in a very nice way, and that's not a big part of the game. And I think that fixating on that's not going to help anybody like the game. But there is a slaughterhouse that in the game where you guide the animals to it and it eats them into it. But there's a rainbow on the front and hearts come up. And they tell you that the animals probably deserve to die anyway. But the whole game is comedically presented in a wonderful way. It's farming, it's grinding. It has probably the worst reviews I've seen online, just from people who don't like to grind through games. But Epic Chef is absolutely one of my games that I love the most. But I like those grindy games like Stardew Valley, and My Time at Portia is one of the other ones Team 17 made, where you spend 300 or 400 hours doing like nothing but enjoying it. And Epic Chef is another one of those. But the storyline in general is so stupid. They have Iron Chef style battles in the game.
Nice.
It's goofy. And all the meals look like something I'd never eat. So
They are definitely weird.
yeah, that's another one of my top games. Divine, did you have another top game for 2021?
Yeah, I really liked Inscription, which is probably one neither of you have even looked at.
Absolutely not. Please tell.
It's like a
Also, put your face back in your mic.
horror card game. So you're like building a deck of cards to like face off with this demon in this card game in the cabin in the middle of I don't know where. But like, and every time you die in the game, you become one of your cards in your deck.
Interesting.
It's interesting. It's one of those games yet again that like I watched Markiplier play on YouTube and I was like, that looks interesting. And oh my God, you're sucking at this. And now I want to play this game to see if I also suck at this.
Were you better than Markiplier?
Probably not.
Oh, well. Yeah, I don't do a lot of card game things. Back for Blood, I think, is the closest I got to one that, because it has like a card building aspect to it. But I didn't even get into that much.
I played it during the beta, Back for Blood, and then I finally bought it again. Like, actually bought a copy like 2 days ago, and I haven't touched it yet. But
it's Xbox Game Pass too, I think, is why I have it. So if you ever want to try and play, let me know. I like it. It's just one of those games where you just run through levels, and it's really difficult. And then I don't know. It kind of
it's one of
lost
those
me.
games that's only fun when you have a group of people that you're having fun with. Like,
Exactly.
I don't want to play it by myself. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, because I tried and it didn't go well.
Is that the game your Christmas present was based off of?
What?
Inscription?
No. The Inscription
No.
one? Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. My husband made me a cool little art piece that was all of our family turned into inscription cards.
Oh, I saw that. That was so cute.
Yeah, I thought that was really cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's how
See, once you're tapped into the Mommy Gamers Twitter, you could tweet stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
We're taking over. What? Okay.
Woohoo!
All right. Last but not least for me, for my top favorite games, and I know Smalls is going to guess what it is. Can you guess?
Well, we've covered Fortnite, Epic Chef, and Valheim.
So what's left for me? You know
What
me.
else was there?
You know me.
I'm thinking. She's going to be so disappointed in me.
I thought you knew everything about me.
Well, is it?
I'll give you a minute because I think you'll get it. The game I would like have the most fun playing this year.
It was Valheim, duh.
So close. Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Oh, why? Duh. I'm so sorry.
In my opinion, out of all the games I played, was probably one of my favorite experiences. It's an action adventure game where there's a girl named Kena, and it might be Kenna, I don't know. She's a young spirit guide. She has magical abilities. She has these little creatures she collects along the way called the Rot. And they're the most adorable little creatures you can interact with, but they also help her on her adventures. There's a bunch of fighting and going and like a deep story where you're trying to unleash these spirits and their corruption. And it was just beautifully well done. The music was great. The graphics were amazing. And I like games like that where there's puzzles to figure out, but they're not too hard. I definitely put it on easy after the first couple battles. But it was beautiful. And if anybody missed it, go back and grab it when it's on sale and just enjoy the heck out of it. Because it's a single player adventure where you just, I just had a great time with it. It was definitely my favorite game, probably.
I can't believe I didn't think about that one because I remember watching that one with
you weren't feeling good.
And it was, I really loved every aspect of that game. And I wasn't feeling good at that time. And so it was kind of like a pleasure to me to just be able to lay back in my chair and watch you play something that had a real story to it.
I'm glad I can help pleasure you. Through a game. But yeah, no, it was really good. So yeah, that's my top ones. Epic Chef, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Fortnite, Valheim. What else do you guys have? Anything?
I mean, I played that one hand clapping, and it didn't. It came out a long time ago, like 2018, but it like just now came out like a full release. I feel like,
Okay.
and that game is, it's fun, but
I don't know about it, so
infuriating.
please do explain.
You have to control everything in the game, with your voice. So like you have to
The one you were
hit all
singing with.
yes.
Oh.
And all I do is laugh my entire way through it. So, but
It was kind of like a puzzle platformer, but was it side scrolling, or because you were limited to where you were going? I watched a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. That one was weird.
It was different.
Fun,
I watched her and she's like,
I was like, there's no way you could get me to play that game. Not at all.
They only like, that's the thing is like, I was like, I really like this game and I want to play it. And I'm like, I'm not going to play it on stream though. And I was like, and then I got the offer to get paid to play it. And I was like, okay, well, never mind. You can pay
Game on.
stream. So yeah, I feel like
I'd sound like a dead cow or something out there.
Well, living in the country, you would know what that sounds like.
I guess you could have just yelled at it though, be like, pick up the gosh darn block.
Exactly.
They watch you struggle with the blocks on the platforms, but it's fun to try new things. I don't know. That's the joy of games, I guess. I don't know, maybe.
I feel like there was a lot of good games that came out this year that I just didn't get to. And that's always the case.
Like what?
Yeah, what did we miss?
Early in the year, I wanted to play Cozy Grove. So that's like,
okay.
Another one of those like Don't Starve type of games.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a really cool art style. And then like September had Potion Craft, which I haven't gotten to yet. I
think that might be on my wish list.
Another one of those interesting art style games, which I like. Mm-hmm. I played Book of Travels and I wrote an article for it for the site, but like I haven't really touched it since then. And that one's an interesting like premise because it's a MMO, but it's a tiny MMO. So you're like not likely to actually run into people in the game, but you can. Mm-hmm. And so another one to like revisit later.
Yeah. I feel like it's hard to go back though, and then more games will come. So we'll see what 2022 will bring for us all. But hopefully it's more podcasts and more stuff on the Mommy Gamers website and just more enjoying games, which is what I hope for everybody for this year, Like have some fun because life is stressful enough and video games I think they're great.
Are there any titles that you're looking forward to coming up?
I never look ahead.
There's another Vampire the Masquerade game coming out in May. Supposedly, everything is like, this is your release date, but we'll see if it actually comes out on that date.
Yeah, like everything's been delayed.
There's Sons of the Forest, which is the next Forest game. So that's coming out too. And
wait, what forest?
Back to back.
Like Green Forest?
No, just the forest. Like the one where you crashed on in a plane and you in the middle of a forest with a bunch of cannibal creatures and stuff.
Is that one where I got drug into a cave and murdered?
Yeah, probably.
And then I never played it again.
That sounds about right.
I'm not kidding. Yeah. Like I'd have to look at my Steam library, but I'm sure I have like the tiniest bit of time in it in the whole world. Where is it at? Now I'm curious.
That's like that one game where the bear was coming to attack you and you're like, nope, let's go play Fortnite.
I have 57 minutes in the forest.
Oh God.
I can promise you I died and I gave up. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good year. I'm really happy to have you guys on board, and like this is us committing to at least trying to podcast for like the next year, unless one of us should perish.
How morbid.
And then I need you to come back from the dead and stick to it.
You said you were going to do this. I expect you to come back and do this.
Jax, get off my grave. Gosh darn it. Let me rest. But yeah, I don't know how to succinctly wrap up this podcast, but we did 30 minutes. But yeah, so look forward to hearing from us once a month. we're going to try and rehash the Mommy Gamers Patreon, maybe get to PAX East this year. That would be a lofty goal. We'll talk more about that later, but we'll probably start, if anybody wants to support us on Patreon, we'll have this podcast up very early for you, and every other podcast as early as I have them edited. Usually I do it a day before, but maybe this one, I'm probably going to drop this one super early to lure people back in.
Because we're excited.
Well, and then they can hear it first, but we can also think of some fun incentives to do where maybe we put you guys at the end of like our YouTube video and you help us get to some events so we can like get the Mommy Gamers name back out there again, because I think that needs to be done. And also it's very timely right now with a lot of the announcements going out about girls in esports and female gamers still not really kind of getting an equal share in the world. I don't know about you guys, but I was talking to Smalls. I was like, there's not a lot of girl gaming podcasts that have lasted. And while I don't think things should be divided by gender, I do think that we should all be equally represented. So we need other people to know that there are not only female gamers out there, but moms.
Yeah.
Because I think we get forgotten a lot. Like, we're still people too. Oh, you're gaming, you're a mom? How do you have the time? Well, we still have lives. You know? We can pop a titty out and still play a game.
Truth.
But, hopefully we can... Yeah.
Can't tell you how many nights I was breastfeeding Jackson while raiding in ESO.
Yeah, do a video.
But it is, I mean, we're still people, we're still, people that have hobbies and things we like to do and games we like to talk about. So if you're out there and you're a parent and a gamer or a mom and a gamer, reach out and let us know like some questions for the next podcast. The best place to do it is on the Mommy Gamers website in the comments section, but anywhere you can find us, just like let us know about your experiences as gamers and parents, and let's start getting a dialogue going again, because it's been long enough. It's time to bring it all back. Also, check out the website, because I'll put, if I remember to, everybody's like links and stuff up. But Smalls, where can people find you the easiest? If you could get 10 more followers, where would you like them to be for you?
Twitter is probably the one I use the most.
Yeah.
So Smalltown Mama 07.
You got to work on that.
I know.
Yeah.
What do you want me to do?
I don't know.
I want you to have consistent branding across all platforms, please.
Yeah, thank you. Get it together. Like, Divine, where can people find you?
The Divine Omega on every platform, pretty much.
Smalls, we got to work on yours. And mine is Jacksbox Chick, which nobody will ever be able to say or find or Google, but just you'll figure it out. And then the Mommy Gamers is literally everywhere, and we will be making a comeback. We've been kind of stagnant for a year, but thanks to Divine and Smalls, we have had some content on the website in the last year. So there's a little bit there, and we're hoping to do more. Our goal is to put out at least a couple reviews each a month. Just some games we think you guys would like to play, either with yourself or with your children. What else are we thinking of putting out there? Maybe like
YouTube, live streams.
Yeah,
new Discord.
Definitely YouTube. Yeah, definitely YouTube live streams. And we're going to have a Discord. We do have a Discord already. They've set it up.
Yeah.
And we'll get some links out for that. So I don't know how to end this podcast because I haven't done that in a minute. But thank you guys for listening.
Farewell.
Yeah. It's great. It's going to be super awkward for a minute. We'll get better at show notes because it's been a while. But yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, and have a nice day.
Bye.
I don't feel like we should end it that way. Can you guys be perkier? Like sing a song or something?
I did. I said so long, farewell, and Peter say goodbye.
Is that from the 30s?
Possibly the 20s even.
Yeah.
We're starting like grandma gamers now. What is that?
Oh, God.
Stop, because I'm not even proud of you right now. Golf?